Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Ryan back with another video, and today we are doing a little tier list. So I've never actually done a video like this before, but it's basically if you haven't seen a video like this before, you've got different tiers. So you've got superior, turn up, basically like top to bottom, good to bad kind of thing, and then these images at the bottom, in this case, resemble bands. So I'm going to be rating all of these different bands from my opinion, and yeah, let's do this. Let's see how good or bad my music taste is. Um, Please don't hate me. Before this video obviously starts properly though, leave a like, comment and subscribe just to support yours truly, just to help me do more videos and just to keep the content flow and motivation, whatever. But yeah, nonetheless, let's get started. Okay, so I guess we'll start with we're literally going to go top to bottom, like top left to bottom right sort of thing. So the Cab, I have actually heard this album, one or two songs potentially off it. From what I remember, it was really good music. It's just not an album or a band that I listen to. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to put it as like a. I'll put it as solid. I feel like if I put it as a meh, that's not really doing it justice because I haven't really given it enough chance. So yeah, hopefully that one's good. All Time Low, mate, I love All Time Low. Like, I think All Time Low was one of those bands that really got me into this sort of music. I remember listening to Damned If I Do, Damned If I Don't before high school. On like in the UK, we have a TV, like a streaming service called Virgin Media. This is before the days of like Netflix and stuff when that became really popular. Um, I used to go on Virgin Media and I used to play like my favourite bands. So I had like All Time Low, Bring Me the Horizon, all these other bands. And All Time Low was one of those I was always playing. Lost in the Stereo, Damned If I Do, yeah. There's so many good songs, and even their more recent stuff as well. I don't say it because there's even more recent stuff than this, but like Dirty Laundry, and they brought out like Last Young Renegade and all that kind of new age All Time Low stuff past their pop punk era. Really, really good band, solid, absolutely love them. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with Turn It Up because I think they're genre defining, almost genre defining. They're one of the top bands in the genre. What band is that? I can't actually see what that is. For that reason, I've never heard of them, so I'm gonna have to put them in there. I can't see what that one is either. If I highlight over it, does it tell me? No. Okay. Um, if that album is an obvious one, let me know in the comments what it is, and I will let you know where I'd rate it if I know it. All American Rejects, absolutely amazing. I saw them at Slam Dunk last year. Really weird live. Like the singer's really weird, but they're obviously really good, and they've got some really really good songs. I think outside of the main few songs like Dirty Little Secret, Gives You Hell, Swing Swing. You know, there's not really many of their songs that I know, but they're one of those bands that most people know, and obviously they play a big part in the genre. So I would have to go with I Like This, and that's purely on the basis that the songs I do know are absolutely god tier, but because I don't know like loads and loads of their songs. For example, I'm going to spoil this, but My Chemical Romance, for example, you know, I can't put it any higher than that. Jimmy Eat World, very very similar to All American Rejects. Really solid band. They got some really good songs, but outside of excuse me, I'm not very well. Outside of the main kind of songs, so for example, the middle is, in my opinion, their most popular song. I don't really know many of their songs, so for that reason, I have to rate them on the same level as All American Rejects. Um, I feel like I know that album cover, but I don't know what band that is, so I'm going to put that under, yeah, under that. Once again, I don't know who that is, or at least I can't see because the images are so bloody small. My Chemical Romance, I'm going to have to put that one as superior, just purely because you can name song after song after song after song, and from like an emo band perspective as well, this is what this tier list is. This is a band that has defined the genre. It's like a staple band that is associated with the genre. And literally, it's not just like I was saying about All American Rejects and Jimmy Eat World. It's not like a few songs that everyone tends to know. It's like you got I'm Not Okay, Na Na Na, Welcome to the Black Parade, Helena. Fucking the list goes on and on and on. Basically, like there is so many songs that people know. Famous Last Words, for example, The Ghost. You get the idea. So for that reason, MCR is going as superior. Hawthorne Heights, I've never heard of them, so I'm gonna have to put them there. This band here, oh my god, I have to put them there. I don't, I can't even read that, so that's also gonna have to go there. Flyleaf. Now, Flyleaf to me is a band that is actually quite underrated. I think they're very similar to bands like All American Rejects and Jimmy Eat Well, where they got those sort of few songs that really did well. But they're a smaller band, so I feel like for that reason, with the opportunity that they've got, and the success they've had with the songs that they've had, the exposure and all that various things, I'm gonna have to probably put them to turn it up because I have to admit, like, I'm So Sick is one of my all-time favorite songs. All Around Me is an absolute classic, and they've got some really, really good songs that, to be honest, I don't know the names of, but when I've listened to their albums, I'm like, I probably should just go back and listen to them again. Um, cool. Then we got no idea who this is, so that's going there. No idea. No idea. Is that the Fray? The Fray. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put them as solid, and the reason why I'm not putting them higher than that is because I literally only know one song of theirs which really did peak in the charts. Obviously, it's How to Save a Life, which is a really really good song, really iconic. But outside of that, it's like Hoobastank. Like they've got that one song that everyone knows, and other than that, you don't really know a lot. Now, obviously, to people that are massive fans of this band that know all their songs, they're obviously going to disagree with this, but yeah, hopefully you see where I'm coming from. So they're going to go as solid. Don't know who that is. Simple Plan. Okay, so Simple Plan, I actually think I do like Simple Plan. I like their songs, and I would happily listen to them voluntarily. But I do think there are a lot of bands out there that have less exposure that are better and have better music and better delivery and all these other things. So for that reason, I'll put them as solid. No idea who that is. Hawk Nelson, no idea. Fall Out Boy. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So Fall Out Boy, really really good band. I think for me personally, I don't actually like them as much as All Time Low and Flyleaf. Like, I really do like Fall Out Boy, but not on the same level. If it was literally me being like on personal preference rather than anything else, it would probably be like, oh, I like them, and it would be on the I like this tier. But because of the fact that they've got so many songs, like from different ages as well, they've got the older stuff like This Ain't a Scene, Thanks for the Memories, all those sort of things, and then they've got the more newer stuff. Like for example, My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark, and they brought out that whole album which did really well. They've got loads of really good songs, and also Patrick Stump as a singer is really talented. I watched a cover he did of Life on Mars, and it was otherworldly. It was like really really talented and really good. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to put them a tier up and put them on Turn It Up, because they are a really good band. Modern Baseball, I think, is underrated. I personally don't listen to a lot of their songs, but the songs I have heard, I'm like, this deserves more exposure. For that reason, I am going to put them as a solid band, but I wouldn't say they're genre defining, or I wouldn't say they've got like a big enough staple to really, yeah. Moving on, so we've got the 30 Seconds to Mars. So this band, I really do like 30 Seconds to Mars, and there's a mix of opinions on them, because their genre or their kind of style as a band has changed a lot over the years. But to be honest, a lot of bands do, just on different levels in different ways. When I think of 30 Seconds to Mars, I think of like The Kill, From Yesterday and stuff like that, and then move forward a little bit more. You got some more songs like Kings and Queens, This Is War, and then more recently, like this last couple of years, I can't remember what the song is, but it's basically like more of an electronic guitar kind of song, and it's like more pop based, and it's really really good. I can't remember what it's called, but when I heard it, I was obsessed with it, which is actually really annoying me now. So for that reason, I am gonna have to put them as oh, I want to go Superior, but I'm gonna go Superior. Fuck it, I don't care what the haters think. AFI. So very very similar, like I've been saying, to All American Rejects and Jimmy Eat World. They've got Miss Murder, which is a very very popular song, but other than that, I don't really know. Um, I'm sure there's some enthusiasts that know a lot more, which will be able to, you know, yeah, it would disagree with this, but I am going to put them as a solid band rather than a really good band. Okay, Newfound Glory. Newfound Glory. So I do actually really rate Newfound Glory. When I compare Newfound Glory to a band like Simple Plan, very very similar bands, very similar style of music, I would probably rate Newfound Glory a little bit better, just because I prefer the vocals, the songs I'm a little bit more of a fan of, and I just, yeah, from a personal preference and from how I feel like they sit in this part of the music industry and like the surrounding bands, I think they're just a little bit of a better band in my opinion. So I will have to go. Sorry, I've got hiccups. I will have to go with I Like This for them. No idea who that is. I recognise that, but I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna have to put that there. The Used. I feel like the Used are. I don't know if underrated is like the right term to use, but the songs I know, I don't know a lot of songs from the Used, but the songs I know are genius. Like The Bird and the Worm, for example, is one of my all-time favourite songs, and that's from the Used. And the writing of that song, the vocals, the way it's written with the minor scale, and like the dynamics of the song is literally like the perfect song to me personally. And it's so experiential in a sense of like some of the sounds and the kind of concepts they've gone for. So from a creativity aspect as well, I think like they surpass a lot of the other bands on this list. I am going to have to put them as Turn It Up. And specifically, if you don't know the Used, listen to the Bird and the Worm, because that song is unreal. I can't see what that says, so for that reason, I'm going to put that there. Yellow Card, very underrated band. Very underrated band. So for me, Yellow Card, if you don't know who they are, they did Ocean Avenue, For You and Your Denial, just to name a couple songs. I wouldn't say they're like, a staple. I wouldn't go as far as saying they're like one of the biggest bands in the world in the genre, but for me, when I first started getting into that style of music, pop punk, rock music, whatever you want to call it, emo music in this case, it was they were like really really prominent, and they were a good standard of band. They had really good songs. I don't feel like they got as much airtime and as much like presence on like music channels like Kerrang and stuff as other bands, but the songs were equally as good as the others. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to put that as I Like This. Paramore. Now, Paramore, obviously, going back to, for example, 30 Seconds to Mars, my point I was making with them, they've changed a lot over the years. They started out with absolutely iconic emo songs, pop punk songs, whatever genre you want to class it as in your own right. Paramore, when you think of the earlier stuff, there isn't a bad album. Like, you listen to the earlier stuff like Emergency and Pressure, and then you get onto Riot, where you've got like Misery Business. And even if you fast forward past like I can't even forget like Where the Lines Overlap, and That's What You Get, and all these other things. There's just so many good songs, so many, and you move forward to songs like Now, which is fairly present, same sort of album is Still Into You, and then they'll obviously come out with their more indie based stuff. Now, I just think they're really really good personally, and to me they played a massive part in defining the genre and bringing ears to the genre. So likewise with MCR, I'm going to have to put them as superior. I don't know what that says. don't know, brand new, never heard of them. Taken Back Sunday. So I'm gonna be real. Taken Back Sunday is a band I've never truly given a proper chance, but I have heard a few songs of theirs, and to be honest, they're very different in the sense of I think they focus on a more emotional level. They've got more of a ballady kind of sound to them, and the songs I've heard, I've been like, man, this is really good, like really, really good. And I've actually preferred that more to bands that I do listen to regularly. Just the fact that you listen to so much, and sometimes you just don't give a band a chance, and I think that's what the case is for me. For that reason, I think I'm going to put. I can't really put it as superior, turn it up, or I mean, highest I could probably put it is I like this, and I feel like if I put it as a solid band, but not say I like it, that wouldn't be doing it justice. So I'm going to put it as I like this. Mayday Parade, very similar. I'm going to go there. They're a solid band because to me, I like Terrible Things, and that song is absolutely genius. But to be honest with you, I don't rate them as much as what other people do, and that's just a personal preference. I don't feel like they've got enough diversity in songs and stuff. I feel like they're very much on the same sort of wavelength as AFI, where there's that one really good song that everyone knows, and then maybe some other good songs that accompany it, but nothing that stands out. Emery, so I don't want to put them as meh because I can't remember what they sound like. Look, any band on this list, regardless of my preference, and if I listen to them, is going to be solid. So we're going to put Emery as a solid band, and Alexis is on fire. Same sort of thing. From the songs I've heard in the past, I've really liked them, but it's just a case of I don't really listen to them or don't really remember them, so I can't really rate them any higher than that. So yeah, that is my tier list. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching this tier list video. It's been a pleasure. It's actually really nice to do something slightly different. So, like I said, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Hopefully you agree with some of what I've put. It's a shame that I can't actually recognise a lot of those album covers, or the ones I do recognise, I can't work out what bands they are. So in the comments below, obviously let me know any of the ones which you see, which you recognise, and you're like, how do you not know that? Just tell me who they are, and I'll actually give you an opinion in the comment of what I think of that band. But the bands, obviously, from solid bands and up, I love all of them in their own way, some more than others, and obviously I've given the reasons behind that and whatnot. So let me know what you think in the comments, if you agree with my rankings, if you think, what the fuck is this guy on, or whatever. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace out. Have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next one. Peace. Bye-bye.